Go.
Hello, everybody. We're here.
Hello.
Hey, Phage is
Yeah.
here too. It's
Hmm.
recap time, boys and
Recap time.
girls. Yes, you can stop holding your butt now. You can
Hmm.
put holding the butt on hold, as it were. And we're going to start with the recap. So, how is the game, Phage? Starting off, how did it go?
Uh, the game, the one I was just watching.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't get to watch it. I
It
was busy with another
um
thing.
no, fair. It was very very one-sided.
Uh huh.
Boomer did what he could, but um uh yeah, dwarves versus goblins.
Wolves versus goblins.
They dwarves make everything goblins want to do difficult.
Yeah.
Everything. The fanatic can't work as well as it wants to. The fouling isn't as good. The
Mm-hmm.
chainsaw isn't as good. Still good, but not as good.
Yeah.
Like everything is more difficult. And yes,
I can't wait to
that's what
watch it back.
that's what happened. I put a clip of a very fun moment as well. Like as bad as it was going to be for Boomer anyway. I put a clip in just in the BigO chat.
Nice.
Of Nuffle just being like, no, things are gonna be even worse than that.
Yeah. Well, are you ready to get started with the recap?
Yes, let's go.
Let's go. All right. I like running my recaps in rebel.net, so if you don't like it, sue me. But Phage, maybe, if in case we have
Way
any
less transition time.
yeah,
Way less
yeah.
transition time between each team and navigating Blood Bowl 3 UI.
Yeah,
it's
right.
it's better. It
Yeah,
is better.
I like it a lot more. But yeah, we're gonna go into all right. Who have we got here? We're gonna go into Fresh Division. I think we did Premier Division last
Yeah, that
2 weeks ago, so we're gonna do Fresh.
yeah.
And have a look at the week that was, which was round 6. I'm just going to open all of these beautiful games here, and we're going to have a check. So first up, was one of our last games played of the round,
Mm-hmm.
which was Larry's Ladies versus Coulson's Constables. Morka's first draw, everyone, of the season, first non-loss. So congratulations to
Amazing.
Morka. Amazing right there.
Mm-hmm.
So during that match, this was streamed by Morka. I managed to catch
It
the
was.
beginning of it, and as always, Morka was very calm and ASMR during the entire
Mm-hmm.
thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, managed to get through all of the blodge, which is really hard for a team that hasn't seen basically any development.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's been such a struggle for the Nurgle. Even more than I thought it would be for them. And going into Zons, you would assume that a loss was likely, not even a draw, just because there's dodge, there's block, there's other skills around the place that they can
Mm-hmm.
do things.
Yeah.
Um, but no, it was it was really well done.
Yeah.
Fighting out the draw. It's really impressive.
And Pain in the Neck here has
Hardcore
gotten a
skills.
skill, another Pestigore with block, which is very nice. Yeah, Newt. Noga is such a slow starting team. It was very slow starting in Blood Bowl 2, and it's even worse in Blood Bowl 3 because their main bread
It's
and
worse.
butter has
Mm-hmm.
sort of been nerfed to the ground. So,
Well, they get to, how many pesticles can you get now? Is it two? Only two, right? Did you get
whoa.
four in Blood Bowl two? I forget.
I could not tell you, honestly. I'm pretty sure you could get 4 in Blood Bowl 2. But I don't know what
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
in. So is it only 3 in Blood Bowl
I
3?
four.
Okay,
Okay, so it's still four. Okay,
yeah, gotcha.
okay.
Um,
But the point is, you can't do it all from the start. Like you really have. You can't start with like the rot. You can't always start with the rot spawn. You can't start with all your
mm-hmm,
pesticles. Like there's a lot of
mm-hmm.
choices you have to make. And the rotters aren't AG3 anymore.
No,
So you can't just be like, screw it, I'll carry on one of those because they're not good at it.
they're just expensive. Okay, you can have 4, they're just
Yeah.
expensive. Fair enough. And yeah, you got to keep your TV
25
down
on
on a
this
team
thing.
that doesn't start with any skills as well. So it's a hard start, but Mork is slogging through
Really,
it.
yeah, very good start.
Looking for development on Larry's Ladies
Mhm.
because we only had the 1 extra level on this one. Unless, hold on, did I miss a random? Because the kicker was out last week.
Yep.
Volkmar got tackle, random tackle. Yeah,
Is
Volkmar's
that
got
kick?
random tackle.
Is it random tackle? Is it?
That's
Oh,
tackle. Yeah. Oh, that's dirty player.
I can't see what you're looking at.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to just really quickly stream my
Yeah, it's
screen to
kick.
Phage so he can keep
Okay.
up with my stream
Yeah,
of consciousness.
I didn't realize how far behind the stream was, so I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually
That's
good.
to
I can
Phage
shrink that down,
Forge.
and I can.
There we
There we
go.
go. Thank
It
you very
is
much.
in
All right.
Discord. There we go. We're
Yep.
working out. We're doing it
Yeah,
live.
that's kick.
Yeah.
No, Eat Nose. Eat Nose has kick, and the Volkmar has DP.
Yes. Eat Nose wasn't
That's
in last game. Eat Nose
Mhm.
was missed next because of the niggle, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Both
Um, yeah.
awesome skills to pick up. Like really great. If you had to random, honestly, I think on most teams you had to random 2 skills onto alignment. Those would be the 2 you'd want. Like
Yeah.
block's great and wrestle's good, obviously, but kick and dirty player are so nice to get just on
Yeah.
those randoms.
And having a look at Aussie's, so the difference between Aussie's team, he had a miss next on his block. I was calling him human blitzers is really I guess they are humans. But yeah, we haven't got anything on the Amazon blockers, blitzers, whatever you call them.
What are they called? No, so Eagle Warrior
Eagle
blitzers, I think.
Warriors. There we
Eagle
go.
Warriors are the ones with hit and run, and Jaguar Warriors are the ones with the strength 4.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got the yeah.
Hmm.
Frank the Tank still there, and we got Barry the Basher back from the Niggle with some block. And we've got Kick Ven, Frenzy, and Wrestle, which were not all of there, but it looks like the Kick Ven came back from injury for the next game. And that's essentially the game.
It's
Yeah.
developing. Once the blockers hit um Blodge Guard,
Mm,
they just become atrocious to deal with. So
yeah,
that's
he's just
really
really
solid.
chugging along with that development quite slowly on the like core
Yeah.
pieces, which
I
is
think
unfortunate.
there were some losses on it, player losses on this team early, so
Yeah.
fair enough.
Um.
But yeah, they hit block guard, then they get stand firm, and all of a sudden you're just dealing with just absolute monstrosities.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, we had those dwarf buggers versus RNGesus take the wheel. Warecaster versus Boomer. If we came from the game you just watched, do you have any development to fill us in on? Because it looks
Loads
like
of
we've just got
development.
a niggle. Yes.
Loads on the dwarves. The dwarves got a stack. I think 3
Okay.
normals and a double,
Warecaster may
potentially.
have taken them.
No,
So
no. I
not yet.
think so we've got 16 on the runner at the top there. That could
Mm-hmm.
be dodge, or we could wait till we get to 20 for a stat. He's discussing that at the moment in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
We have on Dr. Psycho number 5. That's a regular stat. Sorry, regular skill.
Yep.
On the long beard, so probably guard. Then down on Gimli, another long beard with a regular skill. And then all the way down the bottom, we have Cobalt with what I think is enough, maybe enough for double, not quite. I don't. Maybe one off a double.
If it's his
But
first skill, then it's definitely enough for a double,
is the
right?
first skill 6? So in doubles, the first double's 12. That's why it's double. Or is it 10?
Ugh, I don't think it's 12. I could be wrong.
Anyway, it's a lot of SPP.
Yeah.
Like the regular dwarf thing would be like, yes, I'm now going to take dodge on my runner, and I'm going to take guard on everything else except maybe the blitzer where you might take mighty blow. But you know, maybe one of the dwarf linemen should get grab because that's different and it gives you a bit more of a skill coverage.
Yep.
Um, yeah,
Yeah. So all in all,
yeah.
this team is going to look so disgusting for the next matchup.
Mhm.
I already hate it.
And it's Fires, I think. Who's the next matchup?
Is
They're
it?
saying.
No, it can't be Fires. Because it goes into groups, a new group. So
Oh,
we
we're doing a
don't know.
reroll of the groups. Ah, true, true,
Yeah,
true.
yeah. Because
Fair enough. Okay.
yeah, we got the groups
I
coming
think
along.
Fires is still to play him though. That was your guess. Oh, okay.
Yep, yep.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, we could make it not be. I'm sure Access would be amenable to not making it a guess.
All right.
We solve that problem for you.
How about the Gobbos? We've got some SPP on the Troll who got a Kaz.
Yeah. There's one. The Goblin that got the MVP can take a normal.
Mm-hmm.
But it might be random general skill for that one. We'll see what Boomin wants to do on it.
Yeah. Apple healed the Guard Dwarf. Oh, boo. Yeah.
Early Apo too. Like early Apo.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh boy. Well, bad luck for anyone who comes up to Warecaster now. He's got a bunch of that.
Okay, so Boomin is going to random pass a passing skill on that goblin that's leveled. And if it's not leading, he gets sacked.
Okay.
It's an approach.
Saving some SPP, not SPP, some TV by having leader on there.
Absolutely.
It's I mean, could be fine. I don't know. I don't play goblins. I'm assuming because your main strategy with goblins is to have as much TV to buy your inducements as possible. Like reducing it that way is just good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lower you could give. I mean, the best I've seen. So is it T Self who has the goblins, or is it who else is it in REBBL that's gone like they've both got block pro trolls.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
T
T Self.
They're 5-0 or something like in the.
Yeah, he's been farming. He's been farming pass throw teammates to level them up fast, which is really really good. Well, that was the goblins versus the dwarfs. Sorry for everyone, but Warecaster's going to have a very good end of the season. I am feeling. Coming up next, we have Stinky Socks and War Boys, Meanwash versus Mad Eye. So, Skaven, win for Skaven against Orcs, which came at
a bit of a price.
Yeah, it's not too bad because it's just linemen that are, and one of them's a loner, so so he's pretty much got his full team back for the next round, which is all good. The War Boy is getting a fair amount of SPP in terms of like injuries and wait, what is this, interceptions?
Yeah, that's what that is. That's interceptions.
Okay.
That's great. I love that. That's fantastic. No. Bomber. Maybe it's interceptions on the bomb.
It didn't give him SPP.
Yeah, so it might be.
It must
bomb
be because like it's saying 0 there.
Yeah. Bomb intercepts. That's what that would be. Cool.
Because that's Kaz, that's TD, and that's and there's nothing.
Well, so we've got enough for a normal skill on one biggin,
Mm-hmm.
And then a blitzer could get a normal skill in a bit. So that actually 12 SPP is enough for a double. So that might be a dodge.
Let's see if he's taken anything. So this is what we're rocking at the moment. We've got Mighty Blow on Ushat, which was the one with the enough for the double. Yeah.
So they've just taken the regular. Oh, and sorry, and I didn't see though. The biggin doesn't because it's on second skill. Sorry, it already has block.
Yeah, sure does.
And a few line orcs to be replaced, perhaps.
Yeah.
A little worse for wear.
I mean, like, so those two biggins with the niggle is very unfortunate, but they're going to hopefully be able to recover at the end of the season, and then everything 13 and down is fine.
Hmm.
He's got the full orc lineup now, which is really nice.
Yep.
So what's 8, 9,
It's the
10, 11, 12. Yeah.
it is it's also it is the traditional all orc lineup. No goblins, no troll.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I'm not an orc fan, I think
Mm.
definitely in the position of Mad Eye
They
right
all
now,
have,
because he's
yeah.
behind, going with good old traditional is probably the way to go.
Hmm. Yep.
Um,
And actually, so no bench for the next game because of that one MNG,
yeah.
and no cash to replace it. So there you go. Unless you want to buy a goblin, but well,
I mean,
better be
a
safe than cash.
loner line
When
orc
you
is good because they, you know. Oh no, you don't get a
well, no,
loner because no
you don't get loader.
bench.
And but being on two fan factor, I know the pain. I've been there. It's really it sucks because it takes so long to save for anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just gotta
Realistically,
stick
he
it out.
should be okay. Like, unless he comes up against Warecaster, I don't know if he's played him yet or not. He's going to still be out bashing pretty much anything that comes up
Yep,
against him. Mirish and the
definitely.
Stinky Socks. We have a gutter runner potentially that can get a level. We've got one on a gutter runner on 9. So let's have a look at what we've got.
Yep, look at that.
Okay, there we go. We've got very long legs.
So that would have
Uh,
been a random mutation, I
yeah,
guess. Yeah,
I love me some
random
random
mutation.
mutations.
You know what? Actually, really good on the gutter runners because you got very long legs and you're like actually not bad. Improves because you can get your leap, you get leap, and then you have a leaping gutter runner,
Yeah,
and it's actually potentially useful, which is
yeah,
so rare.
yeah. It's hard
um,
because the mechanics for leap has made leap a lot more situational now because it's always taking the worst of.
yeah.
So it's usually better to just dodge into a
Mm,
cage rather than leap into it because you'll have an inbuilt anyway. Um, and the dice are
yeah.
going to be pretty much the same.
True. Yeah.
Mm.
It's unfortunate, but yeah,
This is
making
really good
leap
for
more
jumping over
niche.
lines and going for a run up the field. Like, leaps
Yeah.
a lot more of an escape
Mm,
mechanism when you're not already fully surrounded. Or,
true.
like, jump over a
Yeah.
line to go blitz something thing.
Yeah. It's it's unfortunate, really, that it's been made as like it's been removed from relevance as much as it has. I always thought
Yeah,
it was really fun. Still.
it is fun. And, like, I think the fact. Like, it was always scary for lizards to come up against it, but I think the fact that it was such a risky move putting a piece with leap in the middle of a pack of crap
Yeah.
that it was okay because I always knew if I was getting leaped, there's a chance it could go wrong, and if it goes wrong, it's going to go very wrong for
Oh
them.
yeah. Yeah. It's just like playing Kislev. Even though it's like 3+ leaping with most things,
Yeah.
it's like, well, where are my rerolls? Like, where are they all going? And
Hmm.
what happens once I build that amazing, wrestle, tackle, strip ball, sacker, and it leaps in and a 3+, it's like, all right, fouling time. Like, where's your
Yep.
recovery? You still can cage against a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Warecaster's going to get a death roller apparently.
Hell yeah. I was looking at that dwarf team thinking, you know what? It's like, why is it so sensible and normal? There's nothing. Why is nothing crazy about this?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a big fan.
All right. Next one we had is Coke Guy beating up poor halflings.
I mean, in
Oh,
Norse versus halflings, it's going to be how it goes. There's not much you can do about this.
yeah. Like, Monster's been able to pull out some fun stuff, but yeah, sometimes
Yeah,
it's just sometimes doesn't go super
yeah.
well.
There are worse matchups, as it turns out. This is
Mm-hmm.
one of them. Although Mr. Monsters, managed to survive a lot of. Well, I say survive. Look at the damage that got done here. On
Yeah.
the way through, like just killing some stuff. No
Yeah. So
worries.
we've got a human raider that's full on dead.
Hmm.
We've got a Miss Nex on another human raider. He's managed to remove, they're only base pieces, but they're going to come back as loners for next game, which can make the difference.
Good amount of SPP on that first Orf Werner too. I wonder what we're saving for there because it already had a
Mm,
skill. Also
Yeah.
scored 2 touchdowns. Like, so focusing that oof.
Let's have a look.
So,
So Kirk Guy, Pie is a lie. We've just got block on it. Yep.
hmm.
So block frenzy on the Ulfs. We had the MVP on Seize Your Dreams, the Valkyrie. So now we're wrestle strip ball, or were we always? We were always wrestle strip ball. Yeah.
Always has strip ball to start. The Valkyries always have
So
strip ball.
it's still sitting on the 7 SPP, so can't get anything quite yet.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then we've got
Wrestle, kick, tackle.
wrestle, kick,
All
tackle.
great skills for them
Yep.
to have. Yeah.
So no
Great
new
skills for them.
development on this. Not sitting on anything. Kirk Guy's
Mhm.
going to go in pretty flat, normal into this next match. Yeah. Oop, that's Morka. Why did I have Morka up again? We already went over this one.
This is the first one we did.
Yep. Okay, cool. All right. So we've had a couple of deaths, unfortunately, on the halfling team.
I
So
mean, it's the jump up and the safe pair of hands ones, as I'm seeing here, which
yes,
are not like they're not like, you know, it's a bit sad you're losing skilled ones, but it's also just making you more efficient.
yeah,
Like,
I think it's fine. Like it's sad.
yeah,
Like does Monster have money? Is the question. He's got 140k, so like,
yeah,
yeah, you're not
he's
too
fine.
worried about. He's going to be
Yeah.
fine. He's 1,
Hmm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's running 12. He's probably going to buy some more before his next game once he knows what the matchup is. And yeah, as far as SPP goes, I don't think he had enough to level anything. Like he's saving up for something on the tree, it looks like.
Well, with 13, like you're either going with grab or guard. Well, you don't want guard. I don't think you want guard on halflings because you're not really doing that much with it. I wouldn't think. Could
Yeah.
go guard. Could go grab. Grab. You know, it's an option.
Yeah.
Or you're saving for
Movement.
probably movement. Yeah, just remove that 4+. That's
Yeah.
probably the most valuable thing you can get, and I think it's at 20 SPP. So good. You know, distance of the way there already.
Multi-block. Yeah. Multi-block's
Well,
good.
yeah.
Like
Multi-block on a
pro
tree.
is also
Yeah.
very good.
Pro is very good. Yeah. I'd
Another two.
probably want the movement first,
Yeah.
just to just so you can stand your trees up.
Yeah. Actually, like these trees aren't loners, so pro actually is probably not as good as just getting the movement to
That's
remove it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably fair enough.
Mm. But yeah, it'll be fun to see how the halflings go in the upcoming matches. So next we've got Norse versus Norse, Liam versus Hikari.
Mm.
Oh
So
boy, look at that.
I saw the beginning of this and I was like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
Amber is just doing so well right now.
Yep.
Going up 1-0 like looked good. Uh,
And it didn't
and then I
stick.
then, and then I for some reason I don't know why I stopped watching. I went to do something else and then it didn't stick. It really didn't stick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is with but the reason I was impressed in the first place was because yeah, I was very impressed. We all know Liam's reputation and we know his reputation on Norse.
Yep.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah, it
and
looks
then
like the
mm,
injuries started coming.
yeah, I
And
mean
when you're in a
the
mirror
big
match.
mm, a big thing here is Grombrindle giving Mighty Blow to one other player each turn is actually massive in a Norse v Norse matchup, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
you're right.
I remember I took Grombrindle and everyone was like, oh, some people were saying that that's like a ZFL meme, like he's not good. And I'm like, but he gives you Mighty Blow every turn, like,
Yeah.
and it could be on anyone. Like that feels really good to me.
Yeah.
so
So you just allocate it to anyone on the field, right?
So anyone standing next to him when you start their activation, it will be like, do you want to give them Dauntless or Break Tackle or Mighty Blow? And you only get
Mm.
to do that once. Like all of them you get to choose between all three one time each turn. But like
Mighty Blow.
it's incredibly useful.
Yeah.
If you're like, if you want to punch something, it's like, yeah, Mighty Blow, free Mighty Blow every turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to choose. Yeah, and there's Liam. There you go. So I'm guessing he did work.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're like, oh, I need to dodge something, okay, give it break tackle, get it to reposition, just give it a free extra one to its dodge chance. Oh, I want to punch something. Here's a mighty blow. Um, really nice to have on nobles. I'll say that much.
Hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen Dauntless come and used yet, but it's probably the most niche of the skills it has.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Amber's going to be down quite a few key pieces for next game.
So
There's
down
the
the.
Berserker
Mm-hmm.
out. There's one of the beer boars out. There's the human
Mm-hmm.
raider, which has that's strip ball frenzy
Strip ball
out.
frenzy. Yeah.
Um, and an extra like Richard is Passmore, fake Richard Passmore is out as well.
Indeed. I mean, on
Um,
the plus side, your team gets so much cheaper, and you get Norse linemen to replace all of that, which is great.
yeah. Um, So yeah, we'll
Like,
see. Having a look at Amber's team
mm-hmm.
coming up. Wow.
Oh,
Okay, those are
oh,
double niggles.
some damage has been taken. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Ooh.
pretty rough. That's like
And this is why the mighty blow was so effective. Because goddamn, that's
yeah.
that's that's triple. I mean, not quite as good as Lordy's Rat Ogre, but it's still a lot.
Yep. Holy
Mm.
jeez.
I mean, this is
Yeah,
what
sounds
happens
like
though.
Borak bribe game. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to
Yeah.
be inducements coming up in
Because
the
this
next
is
one.
also like Amber has gone up against all the Norse teams now,
Yeah.
and Orc teams, and I think maybe dwarfs as well. Like, so it's been a lot of punching. So it's not that surprising that there's been a couple of injuries accumulated here. That has all been the niggling injuries. Is probably I don't know if it probably gets easier from now on out because there's no more like all the bash teams have gone through. But I might be wrong
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, it's Amber was top of the div after the first group, so her second group
Mm.
would have been
That was
quite
right. It was the
good,
stunted
and
group.
then
Yeah.
yeah, and now we're rolling into the third. So I think we're looking like she might be looking all right going into the
Yeah.
next. Her next group may
That's what
be
I'm
pretty
thinking.
kind.
Mm.
So yeah, it's unfortunate that we're going to be down
Yeah.
three quite nice pieces for next time, and you've got a double niggle on one of your best. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we'll see how we go. For Liam,
I mean,
let's
they get better at
have a
the end of
look.
the season.
Yeah,
It's fine.
so Liam's
Uh,
got 12 SPP on an Ulf that already has a skill, and a Valkyrie that already has two skills. Two skills? One skill.
two
Uh,
skills.
Dodge is not an extra skill.
Yeah, no, dodge is an extra skill.
Oh, sorry.
The
It's a
the
Valkyrie.
other
It's a fucking
yeah
Norse, not Amazons.
yeah.
Jesus.
The other one's the agi up.
Gotcha.
Volk other blue has plus agi.
Gotcha. Vulcan of the Blue has
Yeah,
Agi.
Liam's the
There
one
we
with the
go.
agi Valk.
Yep.
Uh,
That's
Liam.
gross. Yeah,
It
right
is
here.
gross. We got that in Greenhorn, and it has been. Valkyries with an agi up are disgusting pieces. Like, why do they do so much? They
Agi
just do
2 is
so
just
much.
good, and it already has a
Mm,
really nice
mm.
core spread of skills that are good for
It,
Agi. Like
it
Agi 2 strip ball piece is just good, and it's already strength 3, movement 7. Like
with it, movement seven. Like every time I see the Valkyries, I'm just like, I don't. How did they make this piece? It's got four skills, which none of which are niche. I mean, strip ball's kind of niche. Dauntless is
Dauntless.
a little bit niche, but like
Hey,
nothing else
Liam's
gets
saying the
that
Dauntless has been super
crazy.
handy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't there's more strength four in the game now, so like with
Mm,
the Zons and stuff, it makes sense. Anyway, I think they're amazing. They're amazing pieces, and having one at strength 2 is just extra good.
Agi 2.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. I said
Yeah.
strength 4.
You
I was
said
thinking of
strength
the.
2.
Oh, okay, no, I was thinking. I got halfway between the Jaguar Warrior blockers and the
Yeah.
Valves. Anyway,
Well,
both amazing pieces.
next game, we're looking at Squirrel versus BB Nut. Came to a draw, and boy, what a bloody draw that was.
Oh wow! Okay.
Uh-huh. This
Oh
this was a game.
bloody hell!
Yeah. Uh some stuff happened in this one. So he is not going to have the ogre and 2 of his chosen
So
blockers for next game, and
now I'm pretty sure that's a neck thing. That's the Agi down for the ogre.
neck injuries actually
Um,
down, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
yeah, neck injuries Agi down.
This
So
is armor down, head injury.
that's armor down, which is terrible
Yeah.
for a beastman. And then the niggling injury, and that's it. You can get a regular skill in the ogre, so that's something. Guri Gore, the 9 SPP, the one that has block, is actually it's 8 for the second skill, right? So you can get another skill on that.
We'll see if he's taken something. Yeah, let's roll over, see if he's taken something.
Yeah. I was gonna say I wouldn't hate the picking up the sure hands on it.
Well, here we go.
Hasn't taken a skill on it yet.
No, which one was it? It was
number 10.
9. Yeah, number 10. Okay, cool. So he's got a block on that. He might be waiting for his matchup. If we're correct about how the skill numbers work.
To be fair, you want to know if you want to take Mighty Blow or Tackle, because there's so many Zons.
Yeah.
Sure hands is nice, and then Pro. Oh, that's random. Sorry, Pros are random. Pro and sure hands are both randoms.
Yes, 10k on top of that. Whereas blocks, Frenzy's random as well. Blocks been taken straight up. I'm assuming Biragor's his ball carrier. No, because his sure hands would be.
Araku is now the ball carrier. But the armor down passing bust is passing bust is whatever, but the armor down's unfortunate.
Yeah, we're sitting on 120k, so he can start like replacing stuff. Like he doesn't need to do anything about the ogre, which is nice. Don't know why it's saying the ogre's Agi 5.
I know. So I was just looking at that. So everything here is the Agis is 5+.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So but it's been converted. So for example, the passing. Sorry, not the passing. The armor, but the armor is still. It says 10. It means 10+.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just wigged out for a second because it said 5555.
Just imagine the Agi passing and armor all have a plus next to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is a pretty beat up team. Yeah. And it's two blockers going into the next, 2 undeveloped blockers going into the next game. So yeah, it'll be an interesting one for Squirrel.
Maybe another Borak inducement game.
Hey, inducements are so good these days that it might be okay. And then Nuts Redemption Tour, we lost a Mighty Blow Blitzer on this one and niggled our guard Blitzer. Like, absolute bloody game for both coaches.
The loss of the Mighty Blow, especially with 10 SPP,
like
gaining 5 that game, and then pain,
real bad.
Yeah, but still developing team. You've got one of the big and blockers is just going nuts. Having a great time.
Having a great time. Look at Shepard. Beautiful. Yeah. So let's have a look. BB Nut has taken 8 SPP, gets it to guard. Yep.
No, it didn't. It got it to Mighty Blow.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Yeah, it got it to Mighty Blow. I like Mighty Blow.
Yeah.
Squirrel should carry on the Warriors. Yes.
Warriors needs block. 3, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's what you do. You hand off like because it's not like they're Saurus and they catch it on a fucking 5+ or something like that.
Mm.
It's you hand off to the warriors. They do the scores until they all have block, and all of a sudden now that they have block, they're useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's easier said than done. Like game states also when you're trying to push for the win as well, which
Yeah.
arguably if you're playing it's hard. It depends on game
Yeah.
state, it
Uh,
depends on season state, but
oh,
with a
the
game, yeah.
yeah. I have the same issue with my blockers. None of them have got any development this season because I just like when can I carry on them? Like I need to score. I get to carry on something that's good at scoring.
Yeah.
It's the only way you can do it, right?
I get punished so much for trying to score on my Saurus that I've just
Mm.
started leaving it up to fate and it's been going great.
Oh yeah.
If it ends up on a Scorus, he's scoring.
Scorers, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
So no guard here for
Mm.
next game, and obviously he has straight up rebought the blitzer. So no problem there. He's sitting on 20k. So we'll see how he does
Mm-hmm.
with the next game. Who we got next? Knights and Misspelled Tree, the Black Orc off,
The
which
block off.
the block off. So yeah, it's 60 to
Mm.
42 block actions with this one. Piece of toast, like starting to grind down on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, not as many like not as many injuries, which is very nice, but it does mean that I choose Rylance is out for whoever's getting tree for the next game.
Yep.
Which is
Which should be pretty
very
happy about.
handy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mighty Blow block off the board and another Black Orc off the board. So down 2 for the next game, which, you know, is not a fun way to play.
We may have another sneaky git gobbo coming in. That could be pretty cool.
Yeah. This was going to be Tree's first loss. That's how close it was. Oh, so close. I didn't
Very. It
catch
was.
it.
It was very close. Tree had a really tough time, like early on, just not being able to get through.
Mm,
But I mean, it's a Black Orc versus Black Orc game. Like you
yeah.
don't expect there be very much movement. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
bunch of punches, bunch of grabs, bunch of stunty dodges, and yeah,
yeah.
trying to get on through. So we've got a couple of like goblin bruises on both sides that can roll some randoms or take skills. So let's have a look at that. Knights, what are we sitting on? We've got a jump up Nobbler, not Nobbler, but yes, a Nobbler because it's Knights.
This is going to constantly confuse me as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, blah blah. Mm-hmm.
So we've taken
Fend. We chose
yes.
Fend.
No, these are randoms because this is a secondary choice.
Oh, you're right. Random Fend, random Dauntless. Wait, is that Dauntless or is that Shadowing? That's
That's
Shadowing. Never
shadowing.
mind.
Random fend, random shadowing, and also random jump up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which
Um,
yeah, they're Nobblers.
break
Random them.
fun story. Break tackle came in super handy this game. Like that was one of the Black Orcs dodging with break tackle gave Tree so many problems.
Yeah. Well, it makes them Agi 3, which means they dodge like humans. So it's
Mm.
pretty good.
Yeah, in a pinch, it's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Mm.
Yeah, no, full on good for still good for big guys who have pretty good agi and strength 4 pieces that also have good agi. Pile driver was MVP, really.
Yes, pile drive is what removed the mighty blow block. Black Orc.
Oh my god,
Yep,
that's insane.
I'd forgotten about that, but it absolutely was
Knights
MVP.
Knights is insane.
It was so good. It was so
Yeah, actually, he's actually used Power Driver. Like we've seen Seb use Power Driver, but he's got sneaky git, so it's not
yeah,
as likely to send you really good piece off.
yeah.
But yeah, hell yeah, Karl
Mm-hmm.
Marx, get it.
Mm-hmm.
Seize the means of production. Let's go. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Tree. Did we have a look at tree development? We did not. So tree had.
Tackle.
Here we go. We got some tackle.
Got to
Got some
tackle Goblin.
tackle.
Rolled
Yes.
the general, the random general.
Yeah.
Well, also, I think we're saving for Dirty Player on that Sneaky Git Goblin, which is great.
Yeah, you
Very good.
gotta. It's really, really
Gathering
good.
up the SPP to get more block on the Black Orcs.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Sometimes you give people some shit for playing things meta, but it's Black Orcs. You just can't. It's just not allowed. Yeah.
Nah, you
No,
random DP first, then get sneaky git. Absolutely not, sir. Heresy. You'd sneaky get so much better.
So good. So
Yeah,
good.
it's
good.
Sneaky get is the best skill in the entire game. You take it first.
Mm-hmm.
Do the damage. Okay. I know we're all being funny right now, but I feel this in my heart, and I have to express myself, otherwise I'll literally explode. Dirty Player is worth one more assist. Sneaky Git is worth multiple more fouls. Multiple before getting sent off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So much better.
No, it is absolutely. Getting more fouling is a volume game, just like blocks are a volume game. The more blocks you take, the more likely you are to get removals.
Mm-hmm.
Adding an extra Mighty Blow. That's why Guard's probably better than Mighty Blow for removing players. The more blocks you get in, the more armor breaks you're likely to make.
Yes, DP is for the injury roll. I know it works on the injury ball, but it's not going to work on the injury roll if you've been sent off on a stomp on a player 8 turns ago.
Plus ones are completely broken when it comes to your D6s, but when you're starting to deal with your 2D6, it's still good. It's not as good.
Look, Newt, you're the exception because you were fouling savant murderer, and I have no idea how you can do that many fouls in that many games and also have that many draws. What is going on?
Every time I try and foul something, my dirty player gets sent off, which is why I should have had Sneaky Git instead.
Every time I fire and foul something, my dirty player Sneaky Git gets sent off. It's almost as if Richard is fucking famous or something.
Yeah,
anyway.
Never paying attention to him.
Amon Sinister versus Fires. Here we go. So, win for Fires, Amazons against Mushroom for Improvement.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I did watch this game. It was so Fires is the team that has the blodge defense, the blodge guard blocker, warrior blocker, which is terrifying. Very difficult for Newt to fight back against this one. I did think he'd go with a different inducement setup than he went with. Went with Skitter. I reckon into Zons, just bring the chainsaw.
What have you done?
Let him dealing with.
Why are you making this so much more difficult than it needs to be?
Bring the chainsaw. Skitter did get some stabs off. Let's not.
Yeah.
It did. Yep. One. You see the one.
One.
But the chainsaw was just so good.
I don't know. Chainsaws for me are unreliable. That being said, so is Stab. Like, I like Skitter on the pitch as an extra gutter runner. You know what I mean? Rather than on as a stabbing piece. The stab is just a bonus.
Yeah. Okay. You're right, Fires. It did. That's true. But I just
killed a player and stabbed the ball carrier. Oh damn. Yeah, that's value.
I just feel like there's more value to be gotten from the chainsaw. That's all. But that's just me.
Nah, a chainsaw is risk. Like, there's no risk in Skitter. That's the thing. You always have a good piece in Skitter. A single one on a chainsaw, you're fucked. Like, all of a sudden, chainsaw all over. Or, like, an early score, chainsaw's over.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. Yeah. Anyways, a lot of snotlings, a lot of a lot of strength one. It's very difficult to avoid getting punched off the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
It's just tough. And yeah, having all the snotlings, yeah, they have sidestep and dodge, but when you're getting 3 died every single time, eventually they do get removed. And as you can see, they got removed a bit.
Yeah, we do have 8. Is that no? That's total 7 after this game, so not quite enough on the gutter runner to get anything good. Let's see, mushroom for improvement. How are we looking? So we've got Fuse Polypore is coming back for the next game. Doesn't look like we have anything really going on development wise on this, so he's going into the next game pretty naked, but with a couple of things that are close to popping. Like an extra skill on this gunner run will be nice.
You can random some skills with the snotlings if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
But it's up to you. Yeah, obviously. You already got Sneaky Get.
Yeah, you've already got Sneaky Get. It's great. So like, yeah, you could. There's a lot. Like, here's the thing: Amon has a lot of snotlings. Where I think, honestly, goblins are probably better.
I did say that during the during the stream as well.
Yeah,
it's a little unfortunate, but just having like strength 1 is very, very difficult to get blocks in with.
Mm-hmm.
And just being able to make the occasional one is just really so useful.
And it's hard to use these to protect anything because, especially, you come up against an elves, they're just going to walk straight through a snotling line.
Yeah. There were a few times I thought fires might do exactly that. Just like go, hey, I'm effectively a stunty right now. Let's just 3+ through this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Titchy dodge sidestep, like yes. Like the problem is that eventually you get 3 died. Like
Titchy dodge sidestep is great, but is it great on what 6 players? That's the thing. You could have stunty dodge on more players and still have your Titchy dodge sidestep pieces to come
having
out.
the strength 2 means there's just a few more blocks that you can take.
Yeah.
All it meant that in this game that Amon was very often on the receiving end of a lot of blocking and couldn't really punch back. Like, yes, the sidestep means that you're still based up against them if they don't knock you down, but then what do? You just dodge away. So you're just rolling more dice, risking the damage. Anyway, Lordy is probably much better position than myself to.
Lordy likes his goblins, definitely.
Yeah, how to play, how to do the underworld thing, and in fairness, like it was looking all right at times for Amon. It wasn't after the first half. It looked a bit bad, but then come back with most of the team. It looked all right. It just didn't keep looking all right.
Yeah, and like Fire said in chat, like he tried to give it away twice. So yeah, there were chances there. It ending 2-1 isn't too bad. Like it's not like he had a huge lead or anything like that. Yeah. Like, the funny thing is, with the whole snotling thing, back before swarming got nerfed off the underworld team, snotlings for days. Absolutely. You would have a set amount of snotlings that you would keep on your team for swarming specifically. They're just not that good anymore because nothing's that good as having an extra, 3 players on the pitch above your opponent or something it let you have is stupid.
Being even one is it 1 to 3 was the roll? 1 to 3 players up is massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. I am going to jump over to. So we've had a look at Fires. Fires doesn't have anything extra that I can see between those, which means we're having a look at we won't do. We do predictions. We can't do predictions because it hasn't been rolled. We're going to show both of the divs at the end of the stream. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Cool. All right. Heading back.
I'll grab a drink real quick.
That's okay. I'm going to pop over to Premier Division. If you can give me 1 second. I am being called upon. So make some of your own waiting music in your head. Give me 2 secs.
There we go. I'm back.
All right, we're back. Yes, I should have played the sponsor, but I didn't think of that. I had to check something on the computer for my partner. All right, cool. Let's have a look at the rig that was in round 6 in Premier Division.
What a fun week this was.
Oh boy, we can skip over this first one, can't we?
You know what? Yeah, and and the fourth one too. Sad times this week.
This one, if you want a full look at what happened, it is on my stream. I, as you can see, was running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 skinks and 3 saurus. And took a bunch of, like, mostly meaningless injuries, apart from the niggle on another saurus blocker, which is big sad. Managed to hold him to a 2-3 with just a skink team, which I feel like was pretty good, but I think I made 2 mistakes that could have been done. Sorry?
I feel like it's pretty good too. That sounds really good to me. Especially considering the team that you rolled into has managed to random tents on like 2 extra players and tail, and like it is basically like almost tailor-made to deal with a skink team.
Yeah, the tentacles was an absolute menace. And I actually I messaged Karnov after Karnov? Yeah, Karnov.
Yeah.
I messaged Karnov after the game and I'm like, oh hey, just in case you come up against any more elves this season, put your tentacles here and here. Because that's he could have way easier, this team could have beaten me way easier just by having those 2 tentacle pieces in the right place on the 1 turn attempt from me, and Karnov would have won. And then on the flip side of it, if I had moved 1 other piece, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Darby. That was the easy 1 turn. He could have made it so much harder just by putting tentacles right there. And then on the other side, it wasn't a draw because I failed a 3+ to pick up the ball. There was 1 or 2 movement things I could have done to make it a bit harder on that very last turn for him to recover and score. But yeah, it was a way closer game than I was expecting. My Yellow Brick Road was, of course, an enormous nuisance, as he is in every single goddamn game against everyone. Where did all my Saurus go? Ask fucking Yasmir. Jesus.
Yeah.
He just deleted them.
Temporarily hurt, but yeah.
He permanently hurt 1.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, as in they're coming back. He didn't kill them all.
Yeah, they're coming back. So yeah, Croxagore is the one he murdered. Crox is not coming back. So yeah, kind of played pretty well most of the time, keeping the skinks locked down. And he's going to play even better next time. Now that I've sent him some illustrations on where to put tentacles for an anti-1 turn. So you're welcome, elf coaches who are in the division with him, in the group with him next week. But yeah, good coach. Made it scary playing against him, even with the giving up the 1 turn. And gonna be full next Next thing. Already played him, not your problem. Yeah. No. That's fine. You have other problems, XS. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, you do. Me.
You feel like you're about to hate me just a little bit more? Probably. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but it's a 50-50 chance you're going to hate me, Lordy.
As bad as Tense is for skinks, imagine how bad they are for snotlings.
Oh, so bad. So bad. All right. So yeah, if you want to see more, go have a look. It was a fun game to watch. It was a fun game to play, even being down all the players. So highly recommend. Here we go. Seb versus Yasmir. Yasmir knocking Seb.
This was
a
big one.
That's it's a great win because Seb was on a pretty good run. I think he had, having a look.
Absolute tear.
Yeah, he had only lost one, and that was really close to the beginning of the season. So losing another one because he shot to the top of the table. And so
was it Brutal Matt? He lost to Brutal
Matt. Yeah, that was it. This is destabilized a bit.
Human teams are his kryptonite, clearly.
Yeah, human teams counter. It's good.
Oh yeah, access. Yeah, absolutely. We need the ChatGPT recap of our game.
Yeah. So,
that'd be great.
Oh my god. Look at these two teams though. Like, these are the scary teams of BigO. Yeah. Like the two big dogs. So many kill skills on both of them. Coming out, unfortunately for Yasmir, coming out with a dead kicker and minus armor guard mighty blow human blitzer, which is absolutely.
It's not like he doesn't have 3 other ones.
Yeah,
it's the least of them.
I mean, at this point, it's an interesting debate because do you save up for armor plus and patch him?
Well, this is the interesting thing. Besides getting stand firm, which seems to be what the way the rest of them are going, what else do you do? Really, like, you don't need a ball carrier. You've got. So we were actually discussing this the other day. Like, how many players can you have on a team before it becomes too wide in the current, like, for this, like, the way that Blood Bowl 3 works? It is crazy expensive. But like.
How?
He's got 4 blitzers. He's got an ogre, so that's 5. He's got a thrower, 6. You don't really have space to have expensive catches as well. So,
and it's the question of, like, so back in Blood Bowl 2, because inducements weren't as good, you hit a point where, like, it doesn't matter how much more expensive than your opponent is, they're never going to be able to get enough inducements to make a difference against you. But that's simply not true anymore.
The danger point was always 150k because that was Wizard, and Wizard was good, right? Like, 2+ to knock the ball carrier down, right?
Yeah.
And 2+ sack the ball, basically.
Yeah.
Now it's absolutely a massive consideration what sort of inducements you're giving up.
And it's
I do not hate that change for Blood Bowl, going from the bigger team is almost always going to win to inducements really matter is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But both of these teams are hitting quite high up the top of the ladder now. Obviously, like, with this development, there's no real surprise there. Be interesting to see. I don't think Yasma would have made any changes specifically to his team, but he's got quite a bit of built up SPP. 19, 14, 19, 16. So the one on 14, is that a new tackle? No. Carl Aquitaine has taken stand firm. Okay, so we're not patching. He's just going to keep him until he's dead zone. Yeah.
But, block, guard, mighty blow, stand firm. It's doing a very similar job to all of what the Imperial blocks are. They take the hits, and if you are unlucky enough to not knock them down, like, you are stuck next to them, and then they punch you back. with
Yeah.
Mighty Blow, and eventually, like, yeah, you lose.
Yeah.
Eventually, you lose.
I definitely know what you mean.
Mm.
Yeah. No, it's hard. And definitely when all of these injuries pop off, it's hard to pull back a game against something like that. So Yasma's going to have like a very interesting run going into the end, like, because his team's just like better and better, like doing more damage as the season goes on. It's really gross. And then we have, Seb, which is essentially the same thing with less Mighty Blow. And is way cheaper because it's orcs.
Yeah.
Because, like, looking at the TV here, what was the difference? The orcs are 160.
No, it's only one.
1600.
Only a wizard gap.
Yeah. I mean,
155. Yeah, sure, but yeah, it's not a lot. Yeah, it was enough for Bomber, and I imagine maybe it was a bribe in there as well for Bomber.
Yep. Two scary teams. Condolences to anyone who hasn't played them yet. It's disgusting.
I've already played, Seb.
Ah, dear. All right.
Jasmine. That's gonna be fun.
Buzz, Mr.
Buzz.
Okay, this was one of the biggest games of the season. This game put Buzz back into the 900 club with Big Elo, which
absolutely huge.
Absolutely huge. Mr. 900 indeed. 900. Against Kindred. So this was like good old-fashioned elf off, but Mr. Buzz, from what I heard, Buzz punches things.
Yeah, he does.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he does.
So, look, we got equal block actions, pretty much.
Yeah.
And wow, 4 expulsions for the Screen Queens. That's 4 fouls, 4 expulsions. That's horrible.
Damn. Okay. Well, that tells a bit of a story.
Jeez.
Kindred, I will say, when I play Kindred does foul. He's very aware of getting the fouls in, but it just hasn't worked out for him in this case. It's very unfortunate.
And Kindred also doesn't have the sneaky get to back it up.
Yeah.
Like, he's got tackle, this is the tackle,
and there's no DP either. But I mean, when you've got like your lone alignment, you just throw them at that kind of stuff. They're brilliant at it. Damn, that's really unfortunate.
But like, Mr. Buzz's team is looking fantastic. He's starting to get
there is Mr.
Well.
There's Mr. Buzz. Well done.
No, Kindred didn't have a sneaky get for this team. Let's have a look at Kindred's team. May have had it out. No, it's either wasn't there or it's been killed.
Yeah, might have been killed.
Oh, we've gotten a temporary retire on this one. On Lara. Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, linemen are actually brilliant. If you get a lineman with a bit of SPP, temp retire it. It's actually, you get to bring it back. Elves probably have one of the best temp retires because their linemen can be good, like really good players with a couple of skills. They get injured, you temp retire them, you don't lose anything. You can still buy more. Like, you're never running out of lineman positions. So, fantastic.
I always have going on in my head, redraft coming up, why not just fire and redevelop, blah, blah, blah. But redraft is a lot kinder now, so like it could be legit to keep around a team, keep developed players rolling over, because that was very hard before. And now we got a longer season, which helps too. Yeah. But yeah, how do you do that? No, so temp retire if a piece of yours gets injured during a match. Once the match has been validated, go to your team page on rebel.net and there'll be a button next to the player to temp retire it. Just be aware of the consequences of temp retiring before you do it. That piece will not be coming back for the rest of the season, and no, you can't hire a piece to replace it. So if you temp retire a troll, that means you're going to play with only one troll for the rest of the season.
And that's what I was saying about why the Linos are great to temper tie, because you can always replace them. But if you're like in a previous season, Kindred had a passing up runner. Actually, might have still have a passing up runner. And temper tied it, like one of them when it got injured to preserve it. Yeah, that this one is
Yeah,
passing up.
it
Sorry,
should be 3. Yeah.
it's yeah. So temper tied it, but then he had to play the rest of the season with one. So positionals are one of those really tricky ones where you kind of want to keep it around for later, but also might struggle. Yeah,
Yeah. Newt, you're locked to 15 players.
locked to 15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's still on your roster. It's just temper tied.
yeah.
Doesn't go away.
It basically on your team page, it will always be on your team page with an MNG symbol next to it. Basically, it just stays there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll see it every game. You're sitting there with an MNG note next to it, and it will just be a permanent MNG until the end of the season when it gets resolved by the redraft.
Yeah. So nothing has been taken yet on the Skull Kickers. So we'll see how that goes. We've got 15
Totally
SPP
fair.
on Ben Schwarmer. So
Totally fair to wait till you see your next opponents before you pick your
stuff. All right. Coming up next, we have I recognize one of these coaches.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about it, Paige? Or do you not want to talk about this one because you were kind of angry?
No. I mean, I had this was one of those awful games where there was a bit of misfortune, but also I played like shit.
Yeah,
which made everything worse. No. Listen, you gotta just take these, as they come. So unfortunately, in this game, I had some issues with turn timers and skill use timers, and my Apo timer got eaten, which meant that this one, as you can see here, it has a recorded as a neck injury on my overpriced my blitzer. So that happened, and when I went to click the button, it basically ate 8 seconds of my Apo timer. It just disappeared. I didn't get to Apo it, so I had to play the whole game without doing that. Without that piece, having the chance for it to come back, so I could wait to the end of the game to then use the Apo to try and save it. It did turn it into an MNG, so
yeah,
it was fine, but I was also then just tilted, and I felt terrible, and I hated the entire rest of the game, and yeah. So I did multiple hits of shit went wrong, and then I made it worse for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Darby played it really well. Got the wraiths in, like just made my life absolute hell with them. Being down to one guard hurt way more than I thought it would. I've lost all my other blitzers, all my other blockers, sorry. So down to one guard meant I couldn't fight the guard, stack here nearly as well. So golems plus wraiths was just very, very annoying, very difficult to deal with, and all my stuff got removed.
Yeah.
Yep. It was rough. Yeah, on your defensive turn, skill timers and the Apo timers use the same timer. You have 30 seconds for the entire turn. So if you click your skills quick, because if you don't, and then something gets hurt near the end and you don't have much time left, you will have no time to consider the Apo.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to pay attention.
Yep.
Also a pretty good advertisement for if you're going to go to the bathroom during your opponent's turn, probably just ask for a pause.
Ask for a pause. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did we get any? It doesn't look like we've got any development on your side of the field for this one.
I am playing the next game without blitzers.
Yes,
Both
that's going to be rough. There's quite a few teams who are playing, like this week, who are playing down a lot of core players.
Multiple core players, yeah. On the plus side, I'm going to have a chance to develop my bodyguards because that's all I can pass to. Yeah.
And on Darby's team, we got 13 SPP on the werewolf, which I don't think is.
It's way off. Yeah, way off. Being able to pick it. It's got, look at all the skills. It's got 4 skills already. It's way more. 11 on the ghoul though. What will you be taking on that, Darby? Maybe nothing.
Sure hands,
Maybe,
maybe.
or maybe save for a stat. Who knows? Like moving up
Yeah.
Ghoul could be pretty nice.
Moving up, maybe. Agi up Ghoul.
You
Could be
are
pretty
going for
fun.
20 SPP is where you're going for this Ghoul, for the stats, so it's pretty good.
Ghoul always gets postseason fired, so
Oh,
probably sure hands. Hey,
fair enough
legit.
then. Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably
fair
the way
enough.
to go.
And you could chuck randoms at the zombies depending on how you're feeling, but that, it's always worth waiting to see who you're playing against. You don't need to give anyone free inducement money if you don't have to. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So moving on to Russian Roll versus Lothlorien Athletic. Brutal Matt losing against
And Coach
Coach
Wheels.
Wheels, who
I
is
know.
yeah.
Was not expecting this.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a real back and forth. This game. Brutal Matt looked very dominant at the end of the first half. Classic, like remove all the elves, you look really like in a great position.
Mm-hmm.
But then all the elves come back for the second half and they do elf things.
Yeah.
Like you could see all the removals that were got, but the elves were just good. They stuck in there. They just kept going.
Yeah. That's where it's really hard against these really good Agi teams, and like what
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to what I was trying to use in my game, because I only had
Mm-hmm.
skinks to run, is that if you do survive that first half and are in a good position to come back and win it, then there's not much
Yep.
people can do to stop you.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm with you on that plan, Darby. It's a good plan. Yeah.
mhm.
What you get your DP, and then everything else is just randoms, and only because getting sneaky gets just too damn difficult when you've only got general access on linos. But yeah, I really it's the classic. Good to see Wood Elves play the same in Blood Bowl 2 and Blood Bowl 3. They get removed, and then they're just good enough anyway.
Yep.
Lot of great SPP actually for the thrower though, the Wood Elf. That's a level.
That one, the
So that's
6.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Spyglass.
mhm.
Everything else looks like not quite at leveling yet.
Yeah,
So
14 on the War Dancer, which it already has 2 skills, so I don't think
yeah,
that's
not enough yet.
enough yet. We have for the Human Catcher.
30. That's also got 2 skills. So
yeah, because they don't come with that.
And Hate to Be You is just gonna save. Oh no, sorry, got dodge. Sorry, look at that.
Yeah, Hate to Be
So
You,
that's got
almost
dodge.
a legend.
Yep. Now saving for legend skill. Could so it's 30 for a normal, 40 for a double, and 50 for the stat. So waiting to see what it's going to be. Don't take frenzy. I did that and I've regretted it. It's been so much harder to use your sniper blitzer piece when you've given it frenzy and you're constantly worried about it getting stuck somewhere.
Yeah, it really has to be on like a
Yeah.
secondary blitzer or a tertiary blitzer or something like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
It's great on War Dancers because you can have, like he has here, Kill Dancer, Frenzy
Well,
Dancer.
the reason that it's great on War Dancers is that they're not your primary ball carriers.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas for my nobles, I have probably my primary punchers are also my primary ball carriers, which is I only get 2 of them, which is so annoying. Anyway, yeah, but this is like
Fair.
Yeah, this is
Another huge win.
another huge win.
Yeah, fantastic for Coach Wheels. Keeps him in the running.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's only half the season done, so I don't think anyone's out of the running yet.
Yeah,
But
I'm quite happy with the longer season again because, like, it did. I think I feel like a couple of games lost. I'm like, oh, this is already done, but I know we're only halfway through, so much still left to happen.
yeah.
Still, yeah, very good.
Yeah. Draw between Synergy and XS.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this one being a frustrating and as hell game for both coaches, I think. Especially, I think Synergy at some point just shit wasn't working. Yeah.
I mean, he's done a bit of damage though. Like, you can't be that mad when you're punching the other team up like this. Or maybe this all came at the end, so that's unfortunate. A death on a Lino, whatever, the neck injury, so the AG down means another Lino's dead.
Mhm.
MNG on the tackle piece, well,
Yeah.
whatever. It's terrible
Excess.
damage, really.
Yeah. Does he have much
Just have to
money to
replace him.
replace things? He's got
Nope.
60k. Nah, not
Replace
really.
one.
And spread
And
over
you
with
don't,
niggles.
and you don't replace it. You're waiting for a catch to go down to replace there, so you're trying to save money.
Movement 8 thrower now. But where is
You
he?
already
Here we
replaced
go.
the Linos.
There we go. So
Yeah,
he's got his movement 8 thrower. So
as you said, like it's your fourth catcher, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
This mostly means like movement 8 thrower also is kind of just like I'm not going to throw anymore. I can just hand off to everything. But movement's really good. Even with the more expensive in redraft, it's still very, very good to be able to get all over the field.
There's a reason why it was increased. It's because that's how good it is. It wasn't just a random thing. It's like it's very good, and it needs to be cost increased to make it more fair.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened.
Yeah, and Synergy's team sitting at 15-15 TV. Still
just
looking
good.
just good. Like not
It's
terrifying like Yasmir or Seb's team, but yeah. We've been saying it all season.
Looking at comparing it to Derby's team, more spread, but like just the guard on the golems, the wolves aren't as well developed, but like just it's still like a hellish team to try and play into.
Yeah.
So much guard. Like it's got all the guard. Sidestep guard.
Sidestep guard's really stupid, annoying for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And like having jugs on that wolf means that it can just push you wherever the hell it wants, which is fantastic. Yeah. Like this is like because we say it's really well spread, you know, but like the core has been essentially finished to lock down the center of the pitch or wherever Synergy wants to lock down because these pieces are not moving. Yeah, super gross. So XS going into this game would 100% taken a draw with the movement 9 and Mighty Blow Blitzer out. Yeah, so that's good to make note of as well. So XS did not have the full team rolling into this, whereas Synergy did have his full crew. So yeah, XS was definitely the underdog running into this. Like elves can do shit, but he didn't have all of his dudes
they need all
to
their
do
tools.
shit.
Yeah. When you start running out of your tools, it becomes a problem.
Yep, good old Jordan. Clear wind.
Fresh breeze.
Yeah. Jordan, not Elfington, doing great things. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Blodge Star. Blodge Sidestep Star. What the hell, man?
Blodge so good. Star.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I forget what his special skill is, but I seem to remember it's quite fucking good. Agi1 Dancer, yeah. Super spicy. Yep, Glory Gamban. This one. Striking beat up Lordy.
Yeah. we just got through watching a game of dwarves v goblins, and this is dwarves v sort of goblins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Better developed dwarves. It's jeez.
Yeah. More dwarves getting more SPP is going to be super gross for everyone else in his division. I have
another
not.
Another team I've already lost to.
Yeah. Anything important out for the Lordy next time? Nah, just a couple of goblins. Everything's coming back and looking pretty good. Yep. Not really any development there. There's 7 SPP on the Wrestle Lad. And that's about it. The game started with a blitz for you where you got a removal, and then it ended, I'm assuming, was the next thing you were going to say.
Yeah, and then it stopped being good.
Yeah. Oh, dear. It's unfortunate. Just like with all the tackle around, you can't do all of their crazy BS that you would do judging in with all the snotlings and the goblins and, like, you know, breaking them down. You've only got one piece with claw and, you know, no inbuilts running around with the gutter runner. And yeah, it's a hard one.
Very.
I'm actually
I don't know how I'd play that game. I'll straight up don't no idea how I'd play that game.
Got
Just
the gunner
really
stuck in a
close.
cube of your own dudes. Oh no, when he stole the ball. Yeah,
Unfortunately,
that'll do it.
yeah.
So looking at striking, what do we got? 12, 11, 7, 5, 15. Is there anything good coming up on this team? All right. The one that was on 12 SPP has taken a skill. That is Nori. Nori now has stand firm. Disgusting.
Right. Very good.
Yeah. Balin was
dwarves.
Balin was the other one, and he's now got Juggernaut. So we got Frenzy, Sidestep, Juggernaut. Sidestep's an interesting one when you could have an easier stand firm. But this was, he took this a while ago, and we said the same thing.
A while ago, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Sidestep's great. It gets you to put you in positions where your opponent would not usually want it. So it does have a little extra use. It's just, is it worth the cost? Who knows?
It's the classic. I really want to hit this thing, but where does it go if I do?
Yeah.
Because you really like, if it goes down, great. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna have a Mighty Blow Frenzy standing next to something.
Yeah.
And I probably don't want it there. Actually, great for diving cages. You smash a cage with this, it stands near the ball. It's like, I better knock this thing down. Like, yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. And the real gross thing about this is it's only $13.90. Yeah, with all of that guard and Mighty Blow. Literally the only reason why this isn't as scary as Yasmir's team is because it's slower. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, it's more specifically going to kill teams that have to dodge through you to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, gross. I hate dwarves. Don't want to look at them anymore. They can go away. We're up to the last match before we get to show some dibs.
Divisions.
Yep. So we've got Screaming Shamble is a Newt versus Footcamp Fighters Noctifer. Newt still undefeated. Only undefeated coach in.
Yeah.
Not in BigO, in Premier Division. There you go.
Newt is too good.
Newt is too good.
And playing Undead, which is, we've had other Undead coaches in the teams in the past, but not currently, and not for playing Renegades. We had an interesting chat, I think, before this game with Newt, talking about how it would go. Obviously, Newt with better, like the mummies, which he considers to be better, big guys. But Noctifer with more big guys. So I didn't see this game. I have no idea how it went.
So Newt's saying that Newt diced him. Yeah. Noctifer has been having a pretty unlucky season. Like, I definitely...
Newt's won a game.
Newt's won a game?
Yeah.
What? Who's saying what?
Fives are saying Newt hasn't won any games, but Newt won a game.
Yeah, Newt's won.
Yeah, one in quotations. Yeah. It's fine.
It's a bye win. It still counts.
When it just went to Japan to avoid playing me, like, we count that as it's fine. First action was double scuss. Yeah,
oh boy, that's but yeah, Noctifer's had a few stinkers this season. Like, I think I was his first matchup, and it's the worst a coach has ever rolled against me ever. Like, he's had a few real bad ones. It's
Renegades. They exist on one hell of a bell curve, and they can do horrible things to you, or they can just implode.
Yeah. I am interested to see...
on 3 big guys is rough.
Yeah. I'm interested to see where this 23 SPP has gone on the Dark Elf. Still sitting there. There we go. So this... oh, that's not a Dark Elf. Yes, that is the Dark Elf. Never mind.
It is the Dark Elf. So that... in a previous incarnation, that Dark Elf was at G1+.
Yes, it was. I experienced a horrible moment against him last season with that piece. So
yeah, it may be maybe a another stat direction, which would be awesome.
Yeah, I think it's worth it.
I think that I really like what Noctifer's doing with the Linos, just giving them all two heads, making them effectively elves in terms of dodging. It solves a major problem that AG3 teams have of when you're in a bash, when you have to play bash, you're a bash team, but you are less bashy than a lot of the other teams you're going to run into.
These
Being
are.
able to give your guys AG2 plus to just leave is good. It's
I
very
don't
good.
think he gave these. Aren't these randoms? They're only 10k.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, in that case, good job being as lucky as you were. This now we know where your dice went.
Yeah.
God damn, that's awesome.
Uh-huh.
That's so good.
It's a really good random spread.
Good catch.
For sure.
Damn, that's nice. I like that a lot.
But yeah, it
a lot.
essentially makes the foot soldiers are now dark elves, dark elf linemen, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, no, fantastic.
Which is good. And yeah, now you save up. Obviously, the Rat King is gaining. It now horns, dodge, wrestle. Fantastic sacking piece. Shredder maybe goes for the stat. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Krang is still the super troll.
Yeah. Bebop out for the next game, which is unfortunate because it's a really good piece to throw in and blitz and mix stuff up. So he's only rocking 2 big guys for the next run, unfortunately.
Yeah. Unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see what he can do. It's still a good team, and when the big guys behave, they're going to do good things. But when you have a look at it, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 developed pieces on this team, and they're not elves. So 4 developed pieces is not awesome at this time. So I understand why he's having a rough time with the team.
Yeah. Props to him for sticking with it for so long.
Yeah. Did Newt get anything on Scream and on Scream and Shamble? Yeah.
Scream and Shamble. Yep. Oh, there's a 23 SPP thing there.
There is. So we're still sitting at 23. I think
Lady Gagoo.
Probably not enough for a stat just yet, and probably worth holding off until the matchups are shown as well. But so many good things. As
much as you cycle your ghouls on Necro, you probably don't cycle a super ghoul on Undead.
Yeah, this is this could be movement.
You would be sad with either movement or agi. Both good.
Yeah.
Both really good outcomes.
Can't really think of anything else I'd rather have on that than a stat now.
You probably don't want strength. It's just too expensive for it. Doesn't do. Ghoulzilla's fun. Don't get me wrong. Everyone loves a Ghoulzilla, but it probably doesn't do enough for you. Actually, strength would be pretty funny on that piece. But you probably would prefer a movement or an agi.
Yeah. The thing is, a Ghoulzilla is mainly just going to shut down teams that cage dive and not much else. Anything else is going to be able to get at least 1 die on it anyway.
Yeah. And with the current the way the game is right now, the pieces that are in it, it's probably having strength is probably that 1 strength up piece probably isn't quite as good. Still could be an excellent sweeper. Could be that 1. If you can have 1 super expensive piece in a team, why not?
Why not? I don't know. I've always had trouble with
roll a strength
folks that have the strength up on the ghouls. I hate them. They're a pain in the butt to deal with because they've usually already got blood sure hands, and it's just yeah. Well, the time has come, my little friends. Reveal time. Okay.
Never give it to the ghoul.
We are going to let me just have to go to the little images XS sent through so we can go off the official thing and I don't get it wrong. So,
Mhm.
yeah, can I just drag that into the browser? I
We
can.
won't.
Here
Okay.
we
Do we
go.
know? Do we know the matchups?
We don't know the matchups just yet. We only know the groups because the matchups are
Mhm.
going to get done by XS when he does the divs.
Okay.
Because I don't think he chooses them. I'm pretty sure he
No.
enters the teams and they go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, first group is going to be Seb, Synergy, Mr. Buzz, and Newt. That, yeah,
That's a rough. That's a really polarizing div.
yeah. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to be like, here's the thing. Seb's definitely got a very scary team. Synergy also has a very scary team. Newt also has a very scary team. And Mr. Buzz has a very good elf team. Like, not scary as in
Yeah.
it'll kill you, but it'll dodge
It's
around
gonna
you
be
and do stuff.
tough to beat. Yeah, it's well positioned to beat, and especially against slower teams. So yeah. Also, though, you are Mr. Buzz running another gauntlet of three very bashy teams. And yeah,
Yeah.
if there was ever a week, ever a group that you're probably gonna have some a struggle in, this would be it because Seb, Synergy, and Buzz, three, yeah, good coaches running pretty damn decent teams. It's gonna be tough, man. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So, like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of guard on Sir Sebstar's team, which is going to make it hard for Synergy and Newt to get, like,
Hmm.
to get things in and get results with their bashing, um, which they can both do. But yeah, they're just going to have to find those ways. Honestly, Mr. Buzz, like, just having that different type of team in there might have a really good chance of shaking it up a bit just
Mm.
because he's got the agi to run around. Honestly, Synergy's probably the hardest for Buzz because
Yeah,
Synergy has the
I'd
speed.
say so. I would say Synergy is probably everyone's hardest matchup in this besides Seb. Sorry, Synergy is Seb's hardest matchup. I think Synergy might be Buzz's hardest matchup as
Yeah.
well, but then I think Seb is Newt's hardest
Newt's
matchup.
hardest. Yeah, I
Yeah,
100% agree with that. Yeah.
yeah,
Seb's going to be Newt's
yeah,
big wall to get through for
yeah.
sure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, Synergy is not the one with Strength for Wolf.
No,
He's got the
that's
one with the
Darby.
guard everywhere. That's Darby.
Yeah, don't worry, someone else is getting Darby. Speaking of, brutal match.
Hmm.
Darby, Karnov, and Lordy. Yeah, so sorry, Lordy. I did
Mm.
give Karnov a few tentacles tips, my bad. Um Yeah, you do hate me a little bit more. Fun story. I also ran because I've got a separate spreadsheet. I also ran a div run through and my first result was exactly the same as XS's on the fresh division, but I got a completely different result on premier division, which you and me would have been in the same division. So obviously I stayed quiet.
Hmm.
No, this is fine. Don't look at mine that I did. That's probably wrong. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, this is
How do
Brutal
we?
Matt Derby's a big matchup.
Yeah, yeah, very
Yeah.
very big. I think definitely. So Darby's the shark in this div, as as much as it's
Brutal
Seb in
Matt
the
though.
first one.
Brutal Matt's
I
doing
think
really well. Because Brutal Matt's sitting at number 2, Darby's sitting at number 3. No, they're tied at number 2 actually, completely hand in hand.
yeah, it's a strength of schedule difference keeping them apart at the
Mhm.
moment. I just saw Harry sort of explaining that in the Discord, how that works. So I think, based on my experience of playing Derby, I think that it's one of those ones where Necro is one of those ones where the skills, every skill you add to them, does in fact make the team that much extra strong.
Mm,
It's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a tough one
yeah.
for Matt. His team is very lean, right? It can get a lot done on not much, but
Yeah.
and he pilots it really really well, but it is lean. Um,
Yeah. he's he's got Brick House that has the -1 passing. He's got Hate to Be You, which is really
With a
good.
juggernaut.
But yeah, like Darby would only have to really like Hate to Be You is the one that does the work. And if that gets targeted and taken out, then Darby's like Darby's team has quite a few pieces that do the work.
Yeah. The problem is all you need to do is fail to knock down one of the wraiths one time, and all of a sudden you are trapped. Frankly, that's just
That being said, we got a big TV difference. That's 1405 and 1615 for Darby. So there's inducements coming in.
Yeah. 210 is Grombrindle, or I think Zug is 210, or maybe he's 220.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's there's things to be bought, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. And then Karnov, Lordy Kids is going to be a interesting one.
Yeah, Lottie's had a season, but the team's still what it was when it was doing bad things to a lot of people's team last season. So there is still a very high possibility that Lottie comes in and ruins it for everyone. You're just here to ruin everyone's strength of schedule. Hell yeah, let's go. Yeah, like Karnov has, again, like you said against me, Karnov has the pieces that can lock stuff down and make it hard for Lordy. But I feel like Lordy's team does quite well against Bash teams, which is Brutal Matt and Darby.
Yeah.
I
think that's a fair assessment.
Moving on to the next division, we've got me, Lizards, Coach Wheels, Wood Elves, striking with fucking dwarves, and Kindred with his Dark Elves.
Yeah.
Striking has a fucking target-rich environment in this division, and I hate it.
Oh yeah, it's Lizards with all the stunty. It's Wood Elves and it's the Dark Elves. This is a rough one.
Yeah. Striking eating well. Yeah, he might eat really well.
Might be.
I
would say you're the biggest threat to striking in terms of damage in this div. But honestly, I think Coach Wheels is going to be a really tough team to beat just because of the speed. And he's shown that he knows how to, deal with being down players.
Yeah. Like striking's hard. Like I have the strength, but striking has so much guard that I don't think it's going to work that well for me. And if he locks my Saurus down, that means it's just a skink buffet for him. It's going to be a hard matchup, and it's essentially going to be like trying to run rings around him while I don't lose Saurus. I hope I don't get him first week up because I'm down one Saurus. It'd be nice to have the full complement. I do have the OP skink, but the OP skink only works when it's on the pitch. So if he can get to it and put it out, then it's not really going to do much. Tackle does hurt skinks, but as long as I got normal rerolls, it's not too bad.
I will say I'm also quite hopeful for Kindred to get some wins in. I think might have a good matchup against you.
Yeah.
Just because the skink hunting potential in this team is high.
Yeah, he's got 3 skink hunters, which is really bad for me.
3 tackle,
mighty blow, tackle. And one of them has frenzy. Yeah. It's real bad. And jump up. Jump up's quite good against me because I can't stand next to this piece with a skink. If I try and foul this piece with the skink, I need to make sure that armor is going to break. Otherwise, it will stand up and kill the skink that just found it.
Yeah. So I think this might be one of the best divs striking. Not going up against you in Wheels, I think might be a really solid chance for Kindred to get some runs on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Still really tough. Like your team is still very, very well built, and obviously Coach Wills has got his Wood Elves are also not shit. But I think this could be a really good one for Kindred.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a lot of things to hunt down. Looking at where is Thorin and Company. Striking has been having a bit of a rough season though. Yeah, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Yeah. Then you should just say that Kindred is an easy win and lock in that Kindred victory. No, no.
We all know what happens when you say something's going to be easy. Get destroyed.
Well, XS, Yasmin, Noctifer, and Phage Forge. How are you feeling about your div, sir?
I mean, I generally have a good run against elves, but I don't have. If I get XS first and I don't have either of my blitzers, I'm going to have a bad time. Yasmir is terrifying no matter what state my team's in. And Noctifer is also very scary. So yeah, this is awful.
Yeah. I don't know. Even if you have the choice of who you go up against first, I don't know who you choose.
I'd pick Noctifer.
You pick Noctifer? Not Yasmir, because you're just like, at least my best boys will be safe against Yasmir because they're not playing.
I would pick Noctifer because I know Noctifer's down the Rat first.
Yeah.
Which is big. I'm still going to get enough inducements to get Griff and something else. So I could still have a very good ball carrier, like punching, strength 4, AG4 piece. Is he AG4? I forget. Anyway, strong piece, right, to hit things with Griff. And run
I think
the ball.
Noctifer probably wants you as his first match as well to get that rat before he goes up against Yaz or XS.
Yeah, XS is very difficult with Pro Elves without tackle or block. Is going to be a nightmare. And Yasmir is a nightmare no matter when I face him. But facing him first, I mean, it would give me an easy loss. I mean, I probably induce Morg against him. So,
yeah. XS and Phage rematch. Oh, you don't want the orcs first before they get more levels. Doesn't feel so good when it's your turn versus someone similar. Yeah. Yeah, but it happens more often now because we've got the group stages and you can come out of the last game in the group stage and be like, oh shit, I'm missing this person. Please don't give me this person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just the beginning of the season anymore.
I think that the worst one I could have is XS, frankly. First would absolutely be the worst. Because I have two block and no tackle.
Yeah.
Which is a bad time. I mean, I can juice them, but it's not the same. Yeah. Yasmir, if I got Yasmir first, I mean, I'll do my best.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do. It's going to be a game against Yasmir, whatever you do. All right. Are we ready for fresh group then?
Let's go fresh.
Yeah. Actually, like real quick, this isn't in our predictions, but do you have a call for who you think winning each group stage?
I would say I would go. It's actually a tough call between Seb and Synergy for the first one.
Yep.
Just because I think that Synergy has a rough matchup into Seb, but I think, well, actually, no, I think Synergy might be Seb's worst matchup.
Yeah, you said
and
Synergy's
is also in a good spot against Buzz and Newt. So I think I might actually go Synergy, but Seb is also like, I wouldn't.
Yeah, he is.
Bad call either.
He's got orcs and
Darby for the second group.
Mm-hmm.
I think just ahead of the others. I think Matt's not going to have a great it's a rough matchup for Matt. I'd say probably I don't think Striking's going to get Group 3. I think it's just there's too much. He's going to do damage, but I don't think he's going to win. It's the dwarf problem.
Yeah, he's going to be too slow. He might
Whether
spoil it
it's-
for someone else, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He'll ruin someone's team and knock them. Whether it's you or Wheels, I don't know if Kindred can do it. I don't know.
I've already been ruined twice. I don't want a third time this season.
I'd say Wheels, based on the way he's been doing things. I think that Wheels is probably the one who's going to get Group 3, and Yasmir for the last one. Frankly, I don't think there's not much debate about that one. I think we can all be very happy that that's
Yeah, like I'm having the same problem as you, Seb versus Synergy, but I'm gonna this is not Big Elo speaking. This is Lennon. I would go Synergy, Darby, me, and Yasmir for the ones coming out the best of these ones.
Yeah. I think we're
Yeah.
Synergy and Seb's a coin flip, really.
Yeah.
It's hard to factor in the over three you got 3 games to play. Who knows what could happen? There's a lot of random effects in this.
Yep. All right. Fresh division, everyone.
Yes, fresh
division. So even the big Elo does not trust the Elo. So yeah, fresh. We are looking at Tree, Liam, Miwash, and Mr. Monster.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, Tree Liam's going to be an interesting matchup for sure.
Yeah,
like really good Norse versus the undefeated. I mean, they're both undefeated, actually.
They're both undefeated, yeah.
Yeah.
Both 2 undefeated teams.
So
the Swiss is working.
As long as it's not a draw, we're probably going to see the only one undefeated coach after this group.
Then we got the Rats and the Halflings.
Yeah. So fresh, we're definitely seeing this roll into like there's 2 hardcore people up the top and then a couple to be bullied down the bottom, unfortunately. But that's what happens when we Swiss a little bit more. But they are in the position to spoil big. If any one of these coaches, like say, gets a win against Tree or Liam, that means that like the other ones are put in a Called us together, BB not miscalled the Warecaster piece though. What?
As in for Group 3. They're talking about being together in Group 3.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but Group 2, Coke Guy, Amber, Warecaster, and Knight. So we got Orcs, Black Orcs, and 2 Norse.
Yep.
Warecaster is playing Orcs, right? I swear I just...
No, he's playing Dwarves, yeah.
Dwarves, sorry. Yeah, Dwarves. That's right. I was like, hang on. Yeah. So Dwarves, Blorks, and 2 Norse. So Block... No, actually not Block on Knights. He's got other skills. But yeah, just bash the Bash division.
There's no Orcs? No, there's Black Orcs. Yeah. Do they count?
Orcs, yes. Black Orcs. I mean... You thought you were done with the Black Orcs? No. Never. It's another Bash division. That's gonna be
this. I think this division's a lot closer than the Tree Liam Miwash Monster one.
Yeah, this is consistent.
Yeah, this one's consistent. I think every matchup in here can go either way for sure. You got Warecaster. You got to have bombs. Every team gets bombs, my dude. Apart from Blizzards.
Undead. Undead don't do either.
Okay. Blizzards and Undeads don't get bombs. There you go. Apart from you. What do you mean apart from you? You're dwarves. You get fucking Cindy.
Yeah.
Cindy is bombs. And I refuse to believe the people who said Cindy is garbage. She is just as good as fucking Bomber. She just doesn't have as good as a special skill. And that only works once per game. Anyway, it's interesting here because Knights and Warecaster have a better chance to last through this division without taking any real
Yep.
bad
Mm-hmm.
hits. You
Yep.
don't use her skill, Boomer. Her skill's used when you're about to lose her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, she's
Anyway.
exactly the same in Bomber. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. Kokai and Hikari are two great Norse coaches. We'll see what Hikari does.
They're
Amber does
developing
with
very
her
quickly. Yeah.
Yeti. She said she was getting rid of it. Cindy is minus movement, minus AV. Well, if you
Versus Bomber.
well,
Yeah.
if you're getting a hit, then that's your
Yeah.
fault. Yeah, it's still good. Minus movement, minus AV. I guess minus movement stops her from getting into position a little bit more, but you know, a bomber shouldn't be that far anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, well,
yeah,
it's gonna, it's gonna be an interesting one for sure. Like this is the div, this is the group, sorry, that has the most chance of one terrible game, just you know, for the Norse.
Yeah, standings wise, like Kurt Guy and Warecaster and Hikari are all and Amber are all very, very close. And Knights is sitting on 7 points, which yeah, so Knights is the dark horse here, sitting on 7 points, whereas Hikari's on 10. So it's not really that big of a difference. It's only one wing. So Knights is using Pile Driver as an actual skill. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's going to work. It worked last game. Why wouldn't it work again?
Really well last game. Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is the most interesting division group in the Fresh for sure.
Yeah. Group 3.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. We've got Fires on the Zons. We've got BB Nut on the Orcs. Boomer on the Goblins. And Morka on the Mighty Nurgle.
Can we call them Mighty Nurgle?
I mean, eventually, maybe.
Eventually, one day.
They're not having a good time. Yeah, so maybe the Nurgle's dice will turn. They'll have a really good time. But it's a rough one. It's still a rough one for Morka.
Yeah. This one's hard. Like BB Nut's got Orcs, so he's always going to be a top runner for that. Fires has Amazon, so he's always going to be annoying.
Really well built Zons. Yeah.
Boomer can do some crazy shit with his goblins, and Morka's having a bad season, which usually is on Nurgle, whereas usually you'd say Morka's gonna go crazy if he's like on fire, having a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one, I think it's going to be between Fires and BB Nut here.
I'd say so, yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never know.
Final group: Squirrel, Amon, Aussie, and Mad Eye. I mean, if Squirrel hadn't just had his team apocalypsed, like snapped, I would say he would be taking this div 100%, but his team is messed up. And he's going to have to do some work. Like, I'd say none of these matches, like, are good for his first.
No.
Yeah.
Ugh. Nothing at all. No. What's Mad Eye on again? I always get this wrong.
Mad Eye's he's on Orcs. Miwash is on Skaven.
Okay, that's right. I always get that one.
Yeah, both M's, but playing different teams.
Yeah. Aussie's on Zons, obviously, and Amon's on the Underworld.
Like, yeah, I can see Underworld taking this one. I can see the Zons taking it. I can see the Orcs taking it. I can see, like, Squirrel's a good coach. I can see him taking it as well. It's just, like...
I can absolutely see that happen. I can absolutely see Squirrel just be, like, bounce back and have a great group. He's good enough to do it, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the matchups. Well, not matchups. Those are the divs. XS said he's building them in 30, so you might see your actual matchups at some point tonight. 5th game in the row versus Dribble Snot. Yep.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
he gets given to a lot of teams, so
I'm going to be inducing against every single. I'm going to be inducing Cindy against all of my opponents.
mhm.
So that's how it goes. Yep.
3 with Fungus. Fungus is fun though. I mean, I say that as a team that can run away from Fungus because I have more than movement 4. But Fungus is fun though. Anyway, is there anything? I think we already kind of discussed who we thought's going to take away these divs. Like,
Yeah, we can make it official. I think that, in all honesty, I think Liam will get the first one. I think Liam's Norse are very, very strong, even into even into Tree's Black Orcs. I think that the Norse have got the tools to do it.
yeah,
In group, what do you think? Group 1.
yeah, I'm going with Liam as well. I think he's the one that's going to give Tree her first loss.
I think in group 2, it's tough. I actually really want to say Amber.
So
But
looking at the difference, like Coke Guy and there we go, Amber. So Amber's got a pretty niggled team all around, and is
that might
missing a
change
couple
my
of pieces.
mind.
So it'll depend where matchups come.
This in particular might change my mind, because I think in what is going to be a very bashy division, the niggling injuries here could really make things a lot worse.
And Coke Guy's looking fairly healthy, but not as developed. You know what I mean?
But that just means you induce Bomber.
Yeah, like 100,
So
1100
I
TV.
actually I might change my mind on that one. I think maybe Coke Guy then on this one.
Yeah,
although my Knights as the dark horse is still right up there. I think that's actually, you know what's good? I'm gonna say Knights. Knights is gonna win this one. Yep.
Casters think care about their opinion when they have big Elo. Yeah, well, Elo's definitely chosen
It's why
Tree.
we're here. I'm purely here to be wrong about things.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'll vote for you, Knights. You can do it. I believe in you. Fires, I think, for group 3.
Yeah, just because he's a crazy good team.
Good spot. Yeah. And I think, I actually almost really want to say Squirrel. I think I'll say Amon.
It's hard. Squirrel's undoubtedly the best coach, but his team just got stomped. I think because of that, other coaches are going to be able to take him.
Yeah. I'm going to say Amon. Potentially chiefly because his snotling heavy gameplay will not be punished by tackle in this group.
Yeah. Ah, damn it. Yeah. I think I'm going Amon Fires. Jay is really hard. Like, I definitely went Liam for the other one. I don't want Warecaster to win because he's on Dwarves, so I can't pick him. So it has to be Knights, Hikari, or Coke Guy, and I think I'm gonna go for Amber as well. Yeah.
I forgot about that. Damn it. Okay, well that at least makes the Dwarves more fun when he's on the roller.
Oh, he's got the roller? Never mind. Yeah, I'm picking Warecaster.
Okay,
100%. He's going to win this one.
The roller is a secret weapon that has Dirty Player +2.
Yep.
And does it have Mighty Blow +2 as well?
Let's see if Warecaster has updated yet. Yes, it's updated. So we have Stand Firm, Mighty Blow 1, Jugs, Dirty Player 2, Break Tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the brake tackle is on an Agi 5+ piece, so it's not as good as it used to be. But yeah,
That's
also
a 3+ dodge.
yeah, it's not the 1+ it used to be.
No, it's not the 1+ it used to be. But yeah, it gives him a +2 to dodge because he's a strength 7 piece.
Yeah. It's a +2 because of the because when you're over strength 5, it's
Yeah.
Strength 5 and up. Yeah. Listen, I think that's going to be a really terrifying piece. It does get sent off at the end of the first half, and I don't think that the dwarves are going to be getting any bribes. So you're just praying for that 6+ on the argue the call.
1305. Who's he up against? We've got Knights Amber Kirk guy. Let's have a look. So
Knights won't. Knights is cheap.
Amber
Knights' team is
Kirk
cheap.
guy. Yeah, so not getting anything against Kirk guy. Not getting anything against Amber. And Knights is actually the closest to his TV, but still not getting anything against Knights. So he's going to be the overdog every game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, way better than Bubble 2. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you dodge with strength 7 anyway? Like, surely punching is better.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like you could punch, but if you can't punch, like you don't really you want to be fouling. +2 is just very good.
Yep. So yeah, big games this week. Top of the table, we've got Misspelled Tree and Liam, who are going up against each other in the group. We got Kurt Guy and Warecaster, who are 3rd and 4th in Fresh and are in the same group. Fires and Amber are split up. Amber's
Fires
up.
and BB Nut though.
Fires and BB Nut are in the same one. So we've got lots of top table, top half going up against each other and having important games. As far as Premier Division, we've got the 2 top, Sir Sebstar and Brutal Matt, facing off against each other. Derby. Oh, yeah, Derby. Who's Derby against?
Derby's into
Jeez, let me bring that up.
I can't remember now. Yeah.
Who's Derby got again? Derby's got Derby has Matt. Sorry, yeah, that makes more sense. I was like, where's Derby's opponent? Why is he getting a freebie? No, Derby, Matt, Seb, Synergy. And then Yaz is going.
XS is the next.
XS, and then me and Coach Wheels for the top ones.
It's more spread out than Fresh because we've got other issues. We've got other issues in this div of numbers. History.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's it. Enjoy your matches coming up, folks. I think we're definitely going to see the results of how this new format works actually come into play, and whether it's good or bad or whatever is going to show in this week. Luckily, I think I've worked out to make it a bit easier for XS. Fresh Division's going to have a stage 4 where we can put them all into the groups. However, Premier is impossible to have 4th group for. So
yeah,
XS is going to have to do some work, which is unfortunate.
Manually.
But for now, enjoy the simplicity of round group stage 3. Yeah. Anything else you want to say, Paige?
No. Enjoy your games this week. It's I mean I'm loving the way the season's going. If you do have feedback for Zord, leave it in the feedback channel in the Discord. Every now and then a discussion kicks off in there about things that are good and things that are bad. Yeah. Just as long as you make a polite, considered requests and suggestions, I'm sure they'll be listened to.
Yeah,
I think this is and I'm keen for the second half of the season.
Elo, how dare you? It's wonderful and the best and great. Yeah. So everyone have a great season. We're going to leave you with a word from our sponsors. Say goodbye, Phage.
Goodbye.
Have you ever hired or faced a positional that wasn't quite right? It may have been a fake-ass Richard, an illegal and inferior Richard designed to confuse your tiny little brains. Fake-ass Richards are recognizable by sub-adequate to poor performance both on and off the field, the inclusion of the Passmore slur in their name, spurious claims about being legally distinct, and the absence of a splendorous cloaca. Fake-ass Richards rob genuine sports icons and media legends of their rightful income, attention, and add to the cost of quality Blood Bowl coverage for the consumer. That's you. Fake-ass Richards are a major problem in BigO. Please help us stop them. If you face a Richard which you believe is not the genuine article, please exterminate them with extreme prejudice. Every dead or perm to retirement fake-ass Richard or Passmole will incur a donation of 5 real Australian dollary dues to the Murdering Coach's Steam account or to REBBL.net. That's almost enough money to buy cosmetic like this. Or this. Or multiple of these little rope things. This message was brought to you by the Richard Castlevania Shell Corporation for Tax Evasion and Hot Crossigo Weekends.
Do 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 bum ba bum 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 do 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 bum do bum ba bum bum ba da da dum 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 jim jim jum jim jim jum jum dum dum jim 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 dum yeah 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 wah 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 wee wee wah wah wee wah 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 bling blong 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 bling bong 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 yeah wah 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 wah